Fred, wanna try virtual reality?
Sure! Fruity Pebbles Land. A Fruitosaurus! Huh?
Virtually fruity.
Barney, I'm Pebbles.
Reality gets you in the end.
Post Fruity Pebbles cereal, part of this complete breakfast.
Sega has joined forces with Fruity Pebbles. Cool! Now you can find a rebate offer good for $5 back on any of these Sega Game Gear games. On Fruity Pebbles or these other Post cereals.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome to Video Games and Tea, episode number 15 for Wednesday, July 26, 2017. I'm Justin. Hope you enjoyed the new intro for today for the video, because I like to mix it up, you know? I like to mix it up with some new and awkward ass commercials from the 80s and 90s that included some of our favorite video game systems. Sadly, the Sega Game Gear was not one of them. Unfortunately, the Game Gear just didn't really do it. It didn't put too much of a dent into Game Boy's success. It was a great system. It was ahead of its time. It said, "Game Boy, you suck. Look at my Game Gear, which has amazing color." Amazing color. So I wanted to make sure mic was on. It is on for today. It's got volume coming into it, I do believe, because last week, if you missed the shows, 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. I got super hyped. I was super excited for the show to start. I was talking, I was blabbing on and on and on about random stuff that, of course, I do, and didn't have any audio at all for the first minute and a half of the video. And I didn't want to take it down off of YouTube because it's a whole rigmarole. You got to go download your own video and then you got to go and edit it and stuff. So I just left them up there. But luckily, I do have audio at the beginning of this lovely Video Games and Tea. And if you'll notice, Andrew, how's it going? How are you doing? What's up, Ditzy DJ? If you've noticed, I've made some upgrades here in the studio. I hope you guys liked them and enjoyed them. Right up here above me, where is it at? Right up there. We've got a new topics chalkboard up there, so that way you guys will know what you're getting into with each episode of Video Games and Tea. I'll have a quick little rundown of what we're gonna discuss in that particular episode, because I just think that helps. I like that. I like whenever I'm watching or listening or anything like that. I like having it outlined for me. What am I getting into with this particular video or particular show, that kind of stuff. And so I wanted to put that up there for you guys. Hope you like it. You know, my studio's getting nice and decorated. Pretty soon though, I'm gonna have some graffiti back there. I've got to have the Video Games and Tea graffiti back there at some point. So I will have that. It's gonna be glorious. You guys are gonna have to help me out with what I need to put back there as the graffiti. So as you can see, I'm glad you like it, Ditzy. I'm glad you like it. Thanks. Mom's approval right there. All right, so here's the topics for today. We've got some juicy topics. We got a lot of stuff in this show. It's gonna be jam-packed. I'm gonna try to get through some of it rather quickly, but some of it we're gonna sit a little while, digest it, get into some discussions hopefully about it. That's where I'm gonna count on you guys. If you're in the chat, feel free to discuss anything and everything, stuff that I'm not talking about. If there's something you want me to look at, sure, check that out as well. But I definitely want, if you're in the chat, I would love for you to discuss some of these things that I have in the topics amongst yourself and with me, because I think it's some really fun stuff. So the topics are, number 1, no multiplayer in Pyre. It's the new game from Supergiant Games that just came out on the PS4 Tuesday, July 25th. There's no multiplayer in it. We're going to get into that discussion. Topic number 2, San Diego Comic-Con comic book show trailers. We're going to finish that up. San Diego Comic-Con. There's 3 more trailers that I want to check out. Trailers for The Defenders, Arrow, and The Flash. I'm really excited for that Arrow trailer. That Arrow trailer, I hope, is glorious. So we're going to get into that. Topic number 3, Friday the 13th game support troubles. Wah, wah. Yeah, that game has been plagued by lots of issues, and now it's getting lots of hatred on the internet, so we're going to get into that. Topic number 4, Nintendo Switch is dominating. And then topic number 5, random game news. They're not going to be in this particular order or anything. I am going to talk about Pyre first. We're going to get into Pyre first and then the Comic-Con stuff. But then after that, it's just, we'll mix it up. I may keep it in that order. I don't know. We'll see. If you guys think that helps to keep it in the outline order that I have it, let me know. Because maybe that's the best for everybody, so that way they can just if topic number 1, they want to hear that, then they'll just stay for the first part, and they can jet out for the rest of it. Whatever you guys want to do. That's cool with me. So, I got my tea ready in my sweet Bioshock teacup. That's right, it's a teacup. It's not a coffee cup, it's a teacup. Alright, so let's get right into the news, guys. Also, I hope you guys like my new sounds. Can you hear the new sounds in the background? Doesn't it make you? It's so peaceful. Or at least that's what I was going for. I was going for peaceful sounds in the background, so that way you felt like, you could just be hanging out, listening, and you don't have to hear like the weird, awkward silence behind me. So that way you get some noise in the background. So at least for the intro part. I don't know what I'm gonna do after we get out of the intro. Maybe I'll add some music in there eventually, but I'm trying to stay copyright free. Those copywriting bastards will get you. They'll get you every time. Thank you, Andrew. Yes, it's very peaceful. It is literally elevator music, and I typed in elevator music on YouTube. This was the first thing that popped up. Loved it. Thought it was perfect. And I rolled with it. So there you go. That's what we got. Very peaceful music. So let's get into the first topic of the day, and it's a very interesting one in my opinion. It's the new game Pyre. And if you guys haven't heard anything about this game, I'm going to tell you about it because it's a glorious, glorious game. I don't own it yet, but I played a demo of the game at RTX earlier this summer, a couple weeks ago at RTX 2017. Thought it was wonderful. I thought the graphics were beautiful. I thought the world that Supergiant Games had built was incredible. I wanted to spend more time in it. It was just a quick, I sat down, played it for about 15 minutes, and then I had to get up and move so other people could get in and play. So I wanted more. I was just like, ooh, this game is a lot of fun. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but it's really fun. It's pretty, and I think it could honestly revolutionize multiplayer online gaming. The only problem is it does not have online gaming, or at least online multiplayer. It has a versus mode where you can play against your friend that's sitting in the same room as you. So it's couch versus, like going back to the old school days, where if you wanted to battle somebody in Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, you had to be in that same room as them. You couldn't just be 10 states away or countries away. No, you had to. If you wanted to battle, you had to throw down in the same bedroom. And that is cool. I like that. But this game lends itself so well to me if it would have had an online multiplayer element. I feel like this could be one of those new gigantic esports games, in the same vein of League of Legends and Dota. This could be up there. It's that freaking good. I love this headline, and this is why I went with this article, ARS Technica, which I don't go to ARS Technica for my gaming reviews, not at all. But I love this headline: a brilliant reinvention of the term fantasy sports. So Supergiant Games, if you didn't know, they created the games Bastion and Transistor. Those are the ones that I most know them for. Both beautiful games, both very unique games. And that is the thing about Supergiant Games. They create very unique stuff, super unique stuff. And that's why this game, it's completely just, there's nothing else like it out there, in my opinion. It's basically you're playing 3-on-3 basketball, but you've got these fantasy, sorcery, witchcraft elements to a basketball game. and you've got these beautiful characters, beautiful worlds that you're playing in, and it's got this like amazing RPG narrative that's been written out for you to immerse yourself in. It's incredible, and you're right, Andrew. It does. It looks so pretty. But it's an action role-playing game, and I like this too. In the same article, they basically likened it to Mutant League RPG, which is fantastic. And I would highly recommend you guys to go check this article out. It's ARS Technica. I will try to put it in the link in the description. Maybe I can do that right now as we talk, so that way I don't have to remember it in the future, because it is a fantastic game. So Pyre. What is this? Pyre. Pyre review. I'll just put that, because it is an awesome article. It's not very long either. It's a very short article, but there we go. Look at that. Put it in the description already. How fantastic is that? But I want to show you guys a video as well that I thought was really great, and that's kind of why I wanted to get in the discussion of the whole fact that it doesn't have online multiplayer, because I really feel like they should include it, or maybe they should work on it in the future. Here's some video. I thought this was great. This is from the PlayStation blog for the game, and this is with the PlayStation. They went down to Supergiant San Francisco headquarters, and they spoke with Greg Kasavin, and I'm not sure what Greg his role is. I don't know, but maybe we'll find out in this video. But I thought this was an interesting video where they kind of talk about multiplayer a lot. It's very weird that this video focuses on multiplayer gameplay, but yet Supergiant themselves, they talked about how that was just kind of a bonus edition. That this wasn't something that they had intended to and set out to do, was to have this this multiplayer mode in the game. But I guess as they started playing the single player adventure, they were like, ooh, we should add a multiplayer element, so at least if they're sitting in the same room together, they can play one another. But here's the video. Let's watch a little bit of it and check it out.
Pyre,
so if you don't know anything about Pyre,
but for those who aren't super familiar with it, with Supergiant Games, obviously they brought us Bastion, Transistor, now working on Pyre. Give us a quick rundown of what exactly Pyre is.
Yeah, so Pyre is our party-based role-playing game in which you lead a band of exiles to freedom through this series of ancient competitions that they discover in this mystical kind of purgatory setting in which the game takes place, where a lot of it started for us as wanting to make a game that was a multi-character game that had an ensemble cast. Just having to deal with what that means from a game development perspective, I think, is central to a lot of the issues we've had to solve for this game. What does it mean when you have multiple characters with you, and how are they going to interact?
I freaking love these characters.
The way the game plays, it lends itself very well to multiplayer. What has that process looked like, building a multiplayer game for the first time?
Yeah, so that's the versus mode, the multiplayer aspect of Pyre has emerged as a really cool kind of side benefit of the kind of game that we're making. The focus is still very much on the campaign experience, and we wanted to have this.
See, he totally deflects right here.
Adversarial gameplay style be at the center of this game, because everyone in this world is trying to be free again from this purgatory setting. So you're facing characters who are just as motivated to try to succeed as you are, and that it just naturally lended itself to us. Being able to start playing against each other as we were sorting out the gameplay.
And they loved it. And they were like, oh my God, we got something on our hands here. It's going to be so exciting. The best thing.
Made sense.
And we didn't add online.
In such a way that it could be part of the game. And we've really enjoyed
it's so much fun.
In the past where
it was so weird when I first picked the controller up. Weirdest
introduce the characters
thing ever, but
the world, and then there's
perfect.
A really exciting multiplayer portion on the side that you could just play indefinitely after you're done with the campaign and get a ton of lasting value and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Speaking of
I think you would really dig this, Andrew.
I saw
you should check this game out. It's $20 right now on the PlayStation Store.
Can we play it?
Absolutely.
And so see
playing some Pyre. I'm taking on Greg Kasavin.
I'm gonna turn it down just quite a bit for you, so that way I can talk over it. But so like, see, you have these two burning pyres on each end of the map here, and your whole goal is just like he did, is to get this ball, the little ball in the middle, to get that and basically dunk it in the pyre, the other opponent, the other team's pyre, and you subtract their points down from 100. So it's like first to 0 wins, basically, or technically first to 0 loses, because whoever's pyre goes down to 0, they lose. So yeah, it's so pretty. I'm telling you, like, it's very unique the way that, so if you have the ball, you can move, but if you don't have the ball, your character can't move. So you have to be very strategic with where you place your characters on the map, so that way you can pass the ball to them. Because if you see how like that character just got destroyed, it's so cool. I really enjoyed my time with it. I'm definitely gonna go pick up the game, probably either this week or next week. It's one of those games where, yes, I could wait on a sale, but I really don't want to wait, because I really want to enjoy this single player campaign, because it does look glorious, the way that you travel from place to place and you play against these teams and everything. It has like a whole element of like fantasy sports that you have for like NFL and Major League Baseball and all that kind of stuff, where you pick your players and you feel like they're a part of your team, and you play week to week with these fantasy stats and everything. And with this one, you get this whole amazing story to go along with it. So no, it does have a campaign. That's its main focus, is a single player campaign. And no, it's not too hard for you, I promise. Like, I picked it up and immediately, like, it took, like, at first I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but then after a few minutes of playing the demo, and it wasn't really a demo, it was just like a first portion of the game, and I picked it up really fast. It's not hard. It's easy to pick up, hard to master. I will say that. It's like one of those games where you'll have people that will be incredible at it, because you have different attributes for your characters, different skill trees that you can level up and everything. Yeah, I could definitely see how this could completely take over your life. And so, like, all right, listen to these guys talk about it. Like, I could totally hear esports arena, like they've got the announcers and everything.
So you guys are designing this kind of with a lot of the same mentalities as like a fighting game.
It has for sure, it like kind of boils down to a one-on-one like competition.
Yes, exactly,
So
Andrew. The old Final Fantasies, for sure.
Has similarities to the feel of a fighting game. It's a genre that I personally
see how they like pass the ball back and forth and drop the ball.
I tend to appreciate it. It's also been likened to, oh man, I'm wide open. You got it. Go!
Boom!
I got you, but you got it in anyway. Other players see resemblance to like sports games in Pyre, which we found interesting. We definitely draw inspiration from like some action sports games that were, these games like NBA Jam, like from back in the day, where,
exactly.
where first and foremost they were these amazing action games, and like incidentally, that game was about basketball, but it was just a great.
I love whenever they get the ball, the orb in the Pyre.
A little bit of football, a little bit of hockey in here. It feels like.
and a little bit of shooting fireballs. We wanted it to be this like mystic competition, right? Where it's what in the campaign we're playing the versus mode here, but in the campaign it's all about these characters having to essentially compete to earn their freedom against other characters who want to achieve the same thing, because all these.
Yeah. So see, if you hear what he said, he says sports games, like he was almost offended. Yeah, I mean, I think like. Sports games in the world of video games, like for those hardcore, they only want to play like certain experiences of video games. Yeah, I think sports games are sometimes a naughty word in the world of video games, but I think it's dumb, because there's elements of sports games in the past that and then even now, like, where they have RPG elements. I mean, you're controlling a player as it goes through a story mode, basically like how Madden has their new Be a Pro NHL does it, FIFA's done it, and then in the past, like, I mean, the stuff that I loved the most with my sports games was managing my teams, like recruiting players in NCAA football, you know, having them go through the program, spending certain amounts of points on training and stuff like that. Like, those are totally RPG games, just in a sports element. So yeah, I think it was crazy, but basically what the story is about is the fact that, yeah, these characters are playing all these, you know, these other characters in order to get out of purgatory. Like, it's the road to getting out of purgatory in Pyre. So like the single player campaign also sounds very intriguing and interesting. It has like a lot of basically where it's just like a still frame shot and it tells you the story in text. So some people might not like that because it's not like there's no video really, as far as there's no characters like speaking, interacting. It's just literally like a still frame shot of the characters and then and them talking with text. So if you don't like that, maybe not for you, but I think it looks really cool. So I'm excited for Pyre. I really do think that they missed out. And this has like been a whole conversation amongst other communities on the internet about, like, man, this game should have had multiplayer. It was a total mistake. This is what one of the developers from the game said, is that you can play versus mode against the computer if you want. We think it's a lot of fun as a single player mode. Think of it like an arcade mode or skirmish mode. Our previous games had no multiplayer component at all, and thankfully that didn't stop a lot of folks from liking those games just fine, like Bastion and Transistor. So think of versus mode as a bonus here, and a substantial one in our opinion. So he said, but if the main thing you want out of Pyre is an online multiplayer experience, it's not going to be the game for you. If you've played Bastion or Transistor, you know that our focus is on narrative-driven action RPG style experiences. Online multiplayer was not something that we could give the attention it would have required. I hope that they change their mind on this. Like, I really do. I want them to expand on this game as they go along, because I feel like they've set the table, like, just like with Witcher. Witcher started out as it's a role-playing game. It's a massive role-playing game, action adventure role-playing game. They got Gwent now. So they came out with Gwent because they were like, holy shit, people are loving the crap out of this card game. They are playing the card game within Witcher 3 way more than they're actually playing the Witcher 3 game. They're obsessed with this Gwent game. So they went off and they freaking made a Gwent game where now you play it online and everything. You can play it solo, single player, or like, I think you can even maybe play it like couch multiplayer. I don't know about that, but come on, Supergiant Games. I think that you guys should do this. I really do. I think that you've got something here that could be even bigger than Pyre itself. Like, Pyre I think is going to sell really well, but I think it could be the sales could notch up another level if they were to do something with the multiplayer online mode. So that's what I wanted to talk about with Pyre. It looks like it's going to be a great game no matter what. Like, and I still want to play it for the single player narrative experience, but I really wish they had that. So, yeah, that's true. Witcher came from a book first and the game came. Yeah, I mean, which is, a lot of times we take our stories and stuff and like from games a lot of times, adaptations of books or maybe just specific elements of books and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Pyre, it's out today, PlayStation Store. Go check it out. Maybe you can convince Supergiant Games to throw multiplayer in there eventually, or maybe have a side game that is only online multiplayer focused. Who knows? I mean, the people have spoken in other things, and maybe they'll speak for this. So, all right. Well, let's move on to the next story. And I want to get into the Comic-Con trailers from San Diego. It's back to The Verge again, because they have it all neatly and nicely put into one single article. So I wanted to take a look at 3 trailers. So The Defenders is one of them. Let's see if they've got Arrow as well. Yeah, The Flash season 4, Arrow season 6. I'm gonna start out with the Defenders because right now I'm in Luke Cage and I'm really digging Luke Cage. It's a lot of fun. It's better than I thought it would be. I think a lot of people made me convinced that it was not going to be that good because like Iron Fist, they kind of compared it to Iron Fist in the sense that it wasn't the best of these Marvel Netflix series because in my opinion, it goes Daredevil season 1, Jessica Jones, and then Daredevil season 2 are my favorites thus far. And Jessica Jones is really freaking good. If you haven't seen that show yet, definitely go check it out. So let's wrap up our San Diego Comic-Con coverage. Monday we talked about all the big trailers, and we've done the Walking Dead breakdown. It's on our other YouTube channel. It's Rantpocalypse. Go check it out there. So let's get into some Defenders. I'm pumped.
The thing about war is...
Turn it down just a little bit and start it back over. All right. So this comes out in August. I'm really excited for it. Got a little bit of a spoiler alert there. Sigourney Weaver is going to be in The Defenders, which is really freaking rad. I love Sigourney Weaver. They should have done the Alien movie with her and Neil Blomkamp. Should have happened. And I know Andrew has pointed out the fact that there's this new like short film thing that Neil Blomkamp is doing, and it has Sigourney Weaver in one of them, and it's like a total take on what Alien could have been if they would have allowed Neil Blomkamp to do it. So, just a side note, Neil, I was in your corner. I wanted you to do the next Alien movie. It sucks that that's not going to happen, but I love Sigourney Weaver, and I'm excited the fact that she's going to be in this. So, let's get into Marvel's The Defenders.
The thing about war is... it only works if both sides believe they're the good guys.
Oh, my girl, Kristen Ritter, Charlie
so
Cox,
different.
Luke Cage.
We fight to get back
Mike
what was
Coulter.
once ours.
Whoa. Damn.
But in the end...
I like how he still put
and
his
this
mask
is
on
the
his head.
end, it's just a city. You'll get used to watching them fall.
My girl, Lodi Young. She's such a badass Elektra.
I think we're safe for now. We need to figure out our next move.
No, there's no next move.
And there is no we.
Why is he going
What
back
is
to the
that?
old
We're
school?
not here to eat.
Are those pork?
No, the shrimp. Oh, this guy's got pork.
God, you're weird.
I'm not looking for super friends.
Ooh, Daredevil's the shit.
That doesn't matter. Can't fight these people.
No.
Not even with whatever it is your hand can do. It's cheap.
It's not.
They're hunting our friends, our families, and they're not gonna stop there.
Oh man, it's got everybody in it.
More death is coming.
Stick.
And the only thing keeping Manhattan from crumbling to a pile of dust is the four of you.
The war for New
Oh
York.
man, she's so badass.
It's over.
Not yet.
Woo! That Iron Fist.
Nice ears.
They're horns.
I can see you formed a kind of bond.
Oh.
I promise you it's temporary.
Elektra.
They will disappoint you.
Jessica. Like it or not, we belong out there together. I'm glad we found each other.
I'm not hugging you.
Oh man, hitting it with the freaking Nirvana at the end. That looks like the cheapest beer imaginable that Jessica Jones is drinking.
It's been a long week.
What beer was that? That was a ridiculous beer that she was drinking. That looked like I'm trying to think of like some cheap ass beer that you can drink. Oh man, I used to drink a lot of cheap beer too, and now I can't remember. I mean, like Natty Light is the only thing that comes to mind, but that looked cheaper than Natty Light. So that looked amazing. That looked really freaking good. I can't wait to see Jessica Jones and Luke Cage together. Like those two are gonna wreak some havoc on whoever the bad people are in this. I mean, it obviously slight spoiler alert for Daredevil season 2. If you haven't seen it yet, obviously there's some major things that happen with Elektra at the very end of that season 2. So I'm not gonna spoil it. Pabst Blue Ribbon was the cheapest I've ever had. Pabst is pretty cheap, but there's even cheaper than Pabst. But people love that. That's like really good. Like the hipster folks, they love some Pabst Blue Ribbon. I mean, that's like a badge of honor, drinking Pabst. But I have a feeling, just quick thoughts on the Defenders. I have a feeling that Elektra is going to drive a wedge between our 4 heroes. I just know that's gonna happen because Matt loves her so much. Like, that is the love of his life, and with her coming into the Defenders, and it looks like she might be the villain of the Defenders, or at least a part. She has a role to play with. It looks like the bad people in the Defenders. So I think that might cause a rift amongst the group. Maybe not. I think it'll just be a slight rift, and like maybe they'll have like a fight, because I would love to see those 4 fight amongst each other at least once in the Defenders. Like you want to see that. It's just like the same thing with the Avengers, like Thor and Hulk fighting. It's just fun to watch on screen. And could you imagine Jessica Jones and Luke Cage going at it in the Defenders, at least for a little bit? You know, they like to throw some drama in these shows and these movies and whatnot. And sometimes it's the internal drama that they throw in. But I'm excited. I think that looked great. The Defenders, it comes out relatively soon. I think it's like August 15th or something like that. August 18th. I can't remember. Somewhere around there. So, looking good. Looking real good. I'm going to save the best for last because, I just really want to watch that Arrow trailer last because I'm super, super excited for Arrow. All right, so let's check out The Flash Comic-Con trailer. The Flash Season 3... not the best. So I'm hoping that it's going to course correct and be better with next season. Hopefully it will. The ending was good in The Flash. I will give it that. But the journey to get to that ending, not so good.
My name is Iris West.
Will you marry me?
Yes. And I was supposed to marry the fastest man alive.
Keep loving. Keep running. For me.
I promised him I'd run. So that's what I've been doing. Running. As fast as I can.
That was a sad moment right there at the end.
How could you possibly be fine?
Dad, what do you want me to do? Curl up in a ball and cry all day?
Sometimes I feel like if I believe in something hard enough, that'll make it real.
Cisco. I do love Cisco. I love all the characters in The Flash. They're great.
Barry's not coming back.
You don't know that.
Barry told me to be strong. I'm being strong. Guys, what are we looking at?
Whoa.
Expecting someone else?
Hey.
I don't understand. This should have worked.
Dead bang, fellas.
Reach to the Pyre!
You're up against some bad hombres. And what do you think you're gonna do against us with a sword?
Oh, that was sweet.
Bring me the Flash, or else your city falls.
The hell kind of sword is that?
Damn.
If we don't offer up the Flash, people are gonna die, and that's gonna be on us. I've made a few slight modifications, as Captain Solo would say. Iris, you of all people, how can you not be in on this?
I've got a lock on something.
It's him. It's him!
What? That's not the Flash.
Now, Cisco!
Who is that? Oh, wait, was that... Okay, now Season 3 is available. I was like, wait, no, I watched Season 3.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel to watch behind-the-scenes video and more from The Flash.
Okay, I thought there was going to be something at the very end. Man, who was this? Who is this Cat at the very end, like running through the city and stuff. I have a feeling that's going to be Wally West. I just don't think that that's going to be, you know, our boy Flash. I don't think that's going to be Grant Gustin Flash. I definitely feel like that's going to be Wally West, but I could be wrong about that. It's going to be interesting. That's the thing. It's going to be very interesting at the start of season 3, and you know, how long are they going to go before, you know, before the Flash comes back. I don't know. Got to do some big things in this next season. I don't know if that trailer really impressed me all that much. It looked like more of the Flash, which I love. Again, I love the characters. The characters of the Flash are fantastic. So I didn't like the flashback after the massive fake out they did. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, the fact that they went back to a speedster again in season 3 was a little bit much for me. It's like, all right, enough with the freaking speedsters. I get it. Like, it was okay, I think, the first 2 seasons, but they should have went with something a little bit different in season 3. It was an okay twist, I guess. You know, it was kind of like you could see that coming, and that was kind of a disappointment. But I just hope that they've got to do something different. And I'm pretty sure they've spoken to this, that they're going to do something different, that the Speedster's not going to be a main villain in season 4, which thank God that's not going to happen. But maybe it's because they were like, oh, well, we've got this really cool visuals that we do whenever the Flash is fighting another Speedster, and people seem to dig that. Yeah, it looks cool and it looks fun. But there can be other villains that can be just as awesome in the world of the Flash. You look at Legends of Tomorrow, and I think Legends of Tomorrow have done a pretty good job with their villains, in my opinion. So I'm hoping the Flash will do better in season 4. So just still a meh on that trailer. It wasn't my favorite. Was not my favorite trailer that I've ever seen. All right, so let's go back. Here it is. Here it is, folks. Arrow season 6 trailer. Ooh, it's 3 minutes and 22 seconds. This is gonna be the shit. Arrow season 5, best season of Arrow since season 2, I think. And season 2 was a really good season. Season 1 I thought was really good. And Arrow did everything they needed to do last season. They completely flipped the show on its head, because season 4 was wiggity whack. It was not good. Season 4 was a very low point for the world of Arrow. So, yes, all the pretty people and all the CW shows, that is for sure. But I absolutely loved Arrow's last season. I thought they did a fantastic job. The thing is, okay, so the thing with Arrow and the Flash for me, the Flash, I love the characters. So sometimes the storyline to me doesn't have to be as good in order for me to still enjoy the Flash, because I really love all of the characters on that show. Like, there's not a character that I really don't like on the Flash. Now reverse that and go with the Arrow. I am not a big fan of many of the characters on Arrow. Like, probably just Arrow himself. Like, that's really it. I'm trying to, like, you know, I like Captain Lance. Laurel, she got on my nerves. Yeah, it's really just Arrow. I think Arrow is it for me. So, yeah, and the Flash has a lot of humor. It's just fun. The Flash is fun. Arrow, to me, has to nail the story. That's where Arrow has to do right in order to, in my opinion, be its best self, is only when the story is on point. And last year I thought the story was very, very good. I can't even remember the character's name now, but the character that came in with Arrow season 5, what was it? What was his name? It's killing me now. You guys help me in the chat. Come on, you know you got this. Let's see. What was, okay, yeah. Well, so Prometheus was obviously the main. Adrian Chase. I could not remember Adrian Chase's name, but I thought Adrian Chase, that character was great. I thought it was fantastic. So hoping for amazing things from this season. So let's check out this trailer. It's very dark. It's very moody looking already at the beginning, which as it should be.
Did you ever think about why I chose the name Prometheus? He challenged the omnipotence of the gods. You see, because like you, they play judge, jury, and executioner.
And the action scenes were great, I thought, in season 5. They went back to being good again.
You are paying for your fathers. Who will pay for yours?
In the Toli.
Oliver's gonna come for us.
Yeah, I'm counting on it, sis. I need your help.
Man, that part right there, I was like, yes!
Hello, Oliver. Welcome back to Purgatory.
Dolph Lundgren. I love seeing him in Arrow Season 5. That was a great cameo.
Oliver, do you copy?
Well,
Chase sabotaged the plane. We can't get off the island.
There's an Argus supply ship on the eastern
here's
shore.
where shit
That's
went
on the other side
down.
of the island.
Slade knows where it is. Go now.
Hey. Hey, Oliver says there's a boat on the eastern
Avert
shore.
your eyes if you don't want to be
You
spoiled.
won't make it in time. I'll take my own chances.
William's younger than you were, so he's gonna be fine. What do you say?
I have to find William. Samantha! Samantha!
Because it's gonna be lonely without Mom and Felicity.
No, Adrian!
Oh, we did not see that at the end of last season. I don't remember.
It's just a dream.
It's real. It's what happened.
Where do you think the bad man is?
Here.
What?
I got it from here.
Oh, looks like Laurel's back for good.
Slade!
That was sweet. Dude, we got Black Canary versus Black Canary.
We walk in two worlds. We can only do that for so long.
Dang. And it's, you know, the seasons are already available on Netflix. It's so glorious now. You can get it on Netflix like a week later after it airs on the CW. Boom, it's on Netflix. That trailer looked really good. I had honestly forgot that the new Black Canary, that she didn't go with them, I guess, or at least I thought she was. So obviously she got out. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the finale of Arrow, because I remember like everybody was on that island, and so that's the big thing coming for this season, is like who made it out alive, who didn't make it out alive, and we saw Laurel, we saw the other the new good Black Canary, and then obviously we see Deathstroke. He made it out clearly, and it kind of looks like he may be the villain again, sort of. Like it looks like they may have formed some type of truce. Obviously, they did at the end of season 5, but it looks like maybe that kind of got split up a little bit. So, no, I don't think they're gonna pull something like it was all a dream. I think that they put that part in there about it being all a dream to kind of throw viewers off, because they show all the stuff happening at the end of season 5. They show the explosion going off, and they show Arrow talking to his son. Yeah, I think that was just all a ruse right there, all to throw us off from the fact that really did go down. So I think that the fact that he pointed, you know, his son pointed at him is a little bit weird. That his son's gonna say that he's the true villain, because I guess he's now gonna blame blame Oliver on the fact that Oliver's the one that killed his mother. Could be interesting. Could be interesting now that he's gonna have to deal with that. His son's never really been a big part of the show, and it looks like in this season his son's going to play a more pivotal role on the show. And so with his son saying that, you know, he's the true villain, like, Adrian Chase is still winning, which is what was so great about that character. Adrian Chase, I will say that that's been the second best villain on the show to Deathstroke himself, because he was just fantastic. He may even be better. Like, he was, to me, that character in last season was almost like on a level of the Joker, like just the depths and layers to that character. I thought he was a fantastic villain. So really good trailer. I enjoyed it. I just can't wait for Arrow to come back. It's got me pumped again for the show. So, all right, San Diego Comic-Con trailers are done. Watched them all. We've seen them. We've watched them in trailer, reacted to them, and they were good. I enjoyed them. So, moving on to la news. Since it is Wednesday, and I always like giving you guys weird news on Wednesday, this is a separate one. This is awkward. The fact that PSN and Xbox Live users get creepy messages from girls looking to chat. So let's get to the full story here. So this is a message that some PlayStation users were getting. I got your name. I was bored and looking for new people to make rage quit. He 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 he. I mean, what is this? I have never heard of this. I did not get any of this. You know, I didn't get this. I kind of wish that I did, just so that way it could be a funnier story, because I would have had it personally sent to me. But no, didn't get this. But I thought this was interesting to put out there in the news for, you know, Weird Wednesday or Wacky Wednesday news. Yeah, the fact that both PlayStation Network and Xbox Live users, you know, and typically it's just one or the other, but this time somebody went way out of their way, saying that they were being targeted by college girls looking to chat. I don't get any messages really either. Sometimes the weird message I'll get from, like, somebody I played with, like in a multiplayer match online or something, and they'll send me a message afterwards, but it's never like, you know, it's never saying I'm looking for new people to make rage quit. Hee hee. Never have I gotten that before. And I like that it's Miss Sunday 92 Mints or Miss Andy 92 Mints. I guess you could go either way, but I thought this was a weird little bit of news to throw in the show, to liven it up a little bit with some weird Wednesday news. So yeah, hopefully you didn't get one of those messages. If you did, I hope you did like this person and this player that doesn't have their name on here, but a lot of people, like, you know, a lot of people wrote back to them and was like, you know, this person, you are a creepy, weird mother effer. I mean, you the type to F your own mother. FOH. I don't know what FOH means. Maybe F off. I don't know. I'm so sorry though, Casual Kelly, that nobody sends you messages. I'm so sorry about that. All right, so back to getting on the topics. This is all about Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch is killing it. They are doing insane numbers for selling the Nintendo Switch. And think about this. They're doing insane numbers. Try to go buy one. Literally, take yourself down to wherever you buy games, your GameStops, your electronics boutiques, your Walmarts, your Targets, Amazon Prime, wherever you try to go buy one, bet you can't find a Nintendo Switch. And so they're hard as hell to find, but yet it says they've shipped more than 4.7 Nintendo Switch consoles have shipped since the platform's launch at the beginning of March. insane. That is crazy. The fact that the Wii U, I think in its lifetime, has only sold around, it's like maybe 12 million, maybe not even that many units. And in the Switch, it's only been on the market for what, 4 or 5 months? 4 months at the end of June. So we'll just go with 4 months, and it's already shipped 4.7 million. And I know some people are like, well, shipped is not the same thing as sold, but believe me, if they've shipped 4.7, they've sold 4.7, because it's impossible to find whenever you try to go looking for one. It's the main reason why I bought my Switch, because I just happened to walk into a Target. I thought it was a fake box. They had little boxes out, for the Nintendo Switch console. I expected to pick it up and it be like a paperweight type of thing, like just a display, and it was heavy, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta go buy this now. And so I immediately bought it. I honestly thought I was gonna be like those people that we hate, that go and buy stuff and sell it on eBay, but I just couldn't do it, and I'm really glad I didn't, because I absolutely love my Nintendo Switch. I think it's one of the best consoles to come out in a very long time. It's just, there's some things that they need to switch on it. Oh god, I didn't really do that, did I? I really just said they need to switch things on the Switch, but there's some things they need to tweak on it. But these sales are really impressive, and it also shows that Zelda Breath of the Wild still leads the pack with 3.92 million units sold. So out of the 4.7 million units that have shipped, there have also been 3.92 million units sold. That's almost like you're getting close to 100% attach rate. That's almost like everybody that goes out and buys a Switch also buys Breath of the Wild, which I honestly think it should have like 100% attach rate, because the game is one of the greatest games of all time. It's that freaking good. Mario Kart 8 has also sold 3.54 million, which is also a huge chunk of the Switch install base. ARMS has passed the 1 million sales milestone. It just released a couple of weeks ago. So what I wanted to do with this is kind of have a comparison. So the Nintendo Switch shipped 4.7 million units in 4 months. If we go back to the Xbox One, and we take a look right here with the Xbox One, and these sales units are really hard to come by sometimes, because a lot of the consoles, they don't want to give out their numbers for whatever reason. They're just like, nope, don't want to give my numbers out. But anyways, we've got some numbers here for the Xbox One. So according to this Wikipedia on Xbox One sales, on January 6, 2014, which the console launched on November 22nd. So that's, it's obviously less than 2 months. They had sold 3 million consoles. So 3 million consoles are shipped. They had shipped 3 million consoles worldwide. Now we get some more numbers right here. Let's see. There we go. I think this is the best right here. As of January 23rd, they had shipped 3.9 million Xbox One units. And then you go a little bit further here, and it does show that, where's it at? Yeah, right here. On November 12th, 2014, Microsoft announced that it has shipped almost 10 million units. So let me zoom in for you guys a little bit. Let me go back down. Where's it at? Where'd it go? Try to zoom in for you guys. There we go. So you take that into account. So basically less than a year. Basically a year. So in a year, Microsoft shipped 10 million units worldwide of the Xbox One. We're 4 months in and they've shipped 4.7 million of the Switch. That's insane. Like, we're talking about being more successful than the Xbox One nearly for the Nintendo Switch. And that's a huge deal, because you think about the Xbox One, however you may think of the console, it still has all those third-party games that we all love to play, just like the PlayStation does. It doesn't have as many first-party exclusives, but it's still a fantastic console. And it's also a console that came after one of the greatest selling consoles of all time in the Xbox 360. So you had that huge 360 installed like user base that was like, I want to keep my Xbox Live achievements and my friends that I've made on Xbox, and I want to migrate over to the Xbox One. And so to think that the Nintendo Switch, it's coming after one of the most dismal selling consoles of all time in the Wii U, and has performed this good, that's insanity. That is crazy to me. Hey, no, it's cool, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out with some video games and tea. Enjoyed having you here. Hope you enjoy your tea that you have before your bedtime. So, but yeah, I thought this was a really crazy statistic, the fact that Nintendo Switch has sold this many consoles so far. It's doing phenomenal. People are loving it. I'm loving my Nintendo Switch. The fact that it may eventually eclipse something like Xbox One is insane to me to think about. So, and the fact that it's going to sell more than the Nintendo Wii U did in its lifetime in probably a year. Crazy, crazy, crazy numbers. So, all right. Nintendo Switch, we salute you. You are dominating out there in the wild. Now you just got to get more of them out there so other people can buy them. It's going to be big holiday season with that Mario Odyssey game. That game looks so good. It looks so fantastic. All right, so moving on to some crazy news. Friday the 13th. We were saying that it's in a little bit of hot water right now. So Eurogamer had originally ran a story on July 25th that Friday the 13th, the game developer Ilphonic has been accused of fans of abandoning the title in favor of its new project, Dead Alliance. This was weird to me. I had never heard of Dead Alliance. I didn't know anything about it, and then all of a sudden I was on Twitch or Mixer, and IGN. They have a channel on Mixer for sure, and definitely Twitch as well, and it said Dead Alliance coming up soon, like, you know, live gameplay. And so I checked it out. I was like, all right, this sounds cool. Zombies, first person shooter, you know, I love my zombie games. So I wanted to check it out. Then I find out when the stream starts that it's made by Ilphonic, and I'm like, what? Ilphonic made this game. What's going on, Hot Boy Will? Hot Boy Will. But yeah, so, and thanks for stopping by on Mixer. Appreciate that. So when I first saw this, I was kind of like thrown off. I was like, what the crap? Like, why is Ilphonic already got another game out when Friday the 13th is still somewhat broken? Apparently I was not the only one that felt that way, because immediately tons of Friday the 13th players went to Reddit, went to like I guess Ilphonic's maybe community boards. Oh, thanks so much, Hot Boy, for following the channel. Joining the old ass casuals community. Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it. We're just doing Video Games and Tea. It's a show that I do typically each and every morning during the week, where we discuss gaming news and all that kind of fun stuff. We watch trailers, so we have fun. We just watch trailers together. We talk about news together. It's a good time. But so anyways, people were pissed. They were pissed the hell off. They were like, how dare you bring out another game? How dare you make money off of another game when your other game that we're trying to play, we can't even get in matches. There's glitches, all this kind of stuff. I didn't get that upset at least, because I still enjoy Friday the 13th very much. But I thought this game looked really bad. Like, I'll show you a quick
5 minutes after the hour. This is Roger Rott, and you're listening to
I did not think
Radio.
this game looked very good.
Singing, war is raging. The enemy.
I'll just get to the graphics.
You know, they do give you those Z-mods.
See, the graphics looks good in this, but whenever they were playing the actual game, the graphics looked like they were from like 360 era.
Don't get too cocky. Our enemies have the same toys. Well, anywho, that's it for today. We here at HQ thank you for your service, and remember,
there's a lot of zombies though, lots of zombies, which is cool.
If you're still alive,
but it's a very weird concept.
It's amazing you survived this long.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of...
Next, the hottest new reality show. 2 solid hours of unedited, desperate SOS calls
Society
going
fails.
unanswered. It's not that we don't care, but we don't.
I do like that right there. Coming August 29th. So a little bit of Dead Alliance right there. Again, it did not impress me all that much whenever I watched the live gameplay. But it's coming out August 29th, and yeah, everybody was pissed off about it, and everybody got so upset about it, but it was nothing. It was like completely a little bit weird, I guess, that they just didn't say much about this game, and I guess maybe that's why people got so pissed off, is that they just kind of threw the game out there. They didn't kind of build up any launch excitement for the game. But then, of course, Ilphonic, the developer, they came out and they said this is totally not the case. Eurogamer, they are lying to you. Like, we're not moving on from Friday the 13th. So it was really good. I just thought this was an interesting story that people got so upset so quickly that a developer was coming out with another game. This is something that happens all the time. Like, you know, well, not all the time, but a lot of developers, they have other games in the pipeline that they're working on that they come out with. Like, take, for example, Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem. They're both made by BioWare, but they're just different divisions of BioWare. Now, Ilphonic's a very much a smaller developer than BioWare, so it's kind of crazy that they could devote any resources to another game whenever Friday the 13th comes out and it's not exactly working all that well. That's a little bit iffy, and the fact that they're saying that they're devoting more team members to Friday the 13th than they even had before the game launched, which is kind of weird, because they had to have known that this game was going to sell really well. And I've gone to Twitch and I've gone to Mixer, and not as many people are playing that game. There's not as many viewers on Friday the 13th anymore. So I don't know. Friday the 13th, I love the game. I think it's fantastic. I get swept up in it. It's very simplistic. I wish there was more maps. You know, there's only 3 maps right now. I wish there was more counselors. There's obviously things that I want them to be working on, and I hope they are. And they said that they're working on them. You know, they've got the single player campaign that's coming out later this year, but they need to work on more maps. You know, more counselors. Like, those are the things that I feel like they should already have had a plan in place, and saying, like, whenever the game launched, and say, like, yeah, in 3 months from now or whatever, we're gonna have 2 new maps, and we're gonna have 3 new counselors for you to pick up, because I do think that the game's popularity is definitely waning. It's almost gone if you just go off of streaming metrics. Like, Dead by Daylight's getting more people watching that game than Friday the 13th, and Dead by Daylight came out a long time ago. So interesting stuff to watch. I wanted to just bring that up really quickly, because it is a game that I enjoy, and I wanted to get you guys' thoughts. Let me know. Are you upset that Ilphonic has another game coming out in Dead Alliance? Do you think that they are treating Friday the 13th the way that it should be treated? Because in my opinion, that's like their flagship title. Dead Alliance does not intrigue me. It kind of almost looks like Raccoon City, that terrible Resident Evil first-person shooter game. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. All right, so last little bit of news for the day is the Xbox Summer Spotlight, and this is it. This will shut down Video Games and Tea for Wednesday, July 26th. This is a spotlight. I thought it was really cool. It's basically Xbox. They do this every year. They used to call it the Summer of Arcade. Now they call it the Summer Spotlight. It's just they're spotlighting a lot of games that are coming out that are more on the indie side of things. I don't think Fortnite's really an indie game, but they threw that in here, I guess because it's in early access. But this is kind of like some of the new games that are coming out this week that they're supporting. Gigantic. I would highly suggest people going to check that out. It looks really rad. Serial Cleaner looks really rad. What Remains of Edith Finch, fantastic. A+ game. That game is so good. But there's a little quick trailer here that we can watch really fast that tells us all about the games that are coming out with the Summer Spotlight. And I'll tell you guys why I think this is a cool deal and what you can win. I can't wait for Tacoma. August 2nd? Something like that? See, there's Dead Alliance. Dead Alliance is getting some hype. It looks like it could be fun, but man, I can't wait for Sonic Mania. That game's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, so July 25th through September 4th. But there is also there's a contest. There's a contest that you can go enter. I entered it yesterday. I found it on Twitter, so I would just go to their Twitter. I thought it might be on this summer sale right here. Maybe it is. Let me see. Learn more. So you can get rewards credits, I guess, if you sign up for this. If you spend at least $40 on these games that are released in the summer spotlight, you can take home 4,000 rewards credits, which is cool. But there's also a contest where you can win an Xbox One S, and I think a couple of games. I think you can even win like a Kinect, which I couldn't believe that they threw that in there. I'm pretty sure it was a Kinect. When I saw the contest, I was like, what? But anyways, yeah. So Summer Spotlight, it's out right now. Fortnite, it came out this week. I'm going to talk about that in tomorrow's show. I'm going to go play it right now, so that way I can give you some better opinions on it after I have having played it. So that's it for Video Games and Tea for Wednesday, July 26, 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. My tea is done. Now it's time to go. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.